And welcome! Thank you so much for tuning in with us tonight here at Blizz Quiz with a twist. And I'm your host, Andreas. Tonight we're gonna have a lot of fun together. I also have a lot of announcements to make, so make sure that you stay for the entire evening because there might be some things for you in here. So let's go straight into the first question because we are our quiz after all. And tonight it's all about movies. And to be honest with you, this has been a lot of fun preparing. Which movie do we think about here? And again, open for suggestions. People putting like, or if it's too easy, you don't have to do that. But during this quiz tonight, there will be a lot of extra points for people who can argue for why they're answering what they're answering. But that said, if you want to do this every day, have quizzes every day, click on the link in the description. You can have 7 days free to play about money. And if you win during your free trial, that money is yours. And if you just want to play for fun without any money involved, you can do that free for the rest of your life. So click on the link and we're going straight into the next question. What movie did we think about when we created this picture? And again, argue for your answer. That was all the time you had to look at that picture. As I said earlier, we are gonna have a lot of fun here, and a lot of that depends on actually your input. Do you have ideas for genre, themes, questions, anything? Write it in chat because we do give rewards to those who help us going better. And after the next question, I have a huge announcement, a huge surprise for one or more of you. So let's go into the next question. What movie were we thinking about here? And as I said, we are in the phase of establishing the direction we want to go and how we want to take this. And as I said, this is a big announcement because you can play for money on Blizz Quiz, and one of you will run away with a full year subscription for free, which means you can play for money 365 times a year. Few weeks a year. There will also be additional high ranking prizes, which means every week you have 8 different chances to win money. And if that's not an incredible, crazy good prize to take home, I don't know, but who does it? We will figure out. But we're going straight into the next question, so follow me in. And what world did we just enter? And I'm gonna be so frank and say we are looking for like the name of the movies, but if you have different names, but we will say, yeah, this is within the genre or like the IP, we will accept it, but what movie was that? And again, we're gonna do a lot of this, but in the future we also hope to have guests here. Of course, you're already playing about winning different prizes. In the future there will be more prizes and more surprises. But also feel free to guide us in what direction you want us to go, because as I said, we are pretty like, this is a new concept that we want to give to you to have fun, to give extra experience, but you can actually help us, point us down the direction you want us to go. And if you have a favorite person you want us to talk with, have as a host here and a guest, give us their contact information and you might be the one who walks away with a nice prize, even bigger than a full year free subscription. I will talk more about it later. Let's go into the next question. Which hero do we see here? Again, which superhero are we looking for? Might be simple, might be difficult, and that's a little bit how it is with quizzes. Sometimes it's within a genre that you actually dominate, other times it's like, yeah, why did I bother to show up? But here at the live Blizz Quiz, we are working always to find something that might be that just a little bit extra. And today it's movies, tomorrow who knows what it will be, and let's go straight into the next question. What movie are we thinking of here? And again, not all photos you see is from the movie we're thinking of, which makes it a little bit harder, and it should be harder because what's the point of a quiz if it's too easy? It's like everybody love being right, but sometimes actually we do give points for having a good argument. We have an answer on our side what movie that was. But if you can make a very compelling argument for why you were thinking of another movie, you might get extra points for that. You might actually get extra prizes for that. Because as I said, quiz with a twist, yes, we have answers, but we're also very open for a good argument. Let's go straight into the next question, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Here, which movie is this? Sure, but you can get extra points. What animals are the trio? In this movie there's a trio. What animals are those? And for each correct one you have, you get an extra point. And you can even argue for who you think is the trio we are thinking of. So again, yeah, you get a point for the movie. You can get a point for each of the trios, which put you up to 4 points. And if you have an argument for why you think this is the trio that you put together, that actually is the trio from this movie, and it makes sense to us, it's a compelling argument, and that's how gift starts to fly in your direction. While you are working on that, this will probably take some time for you guys to type out. I'm just gonna remind everyone, in the description there's a link. On the link you get straight into our app, download it, you can play for free as much as you want on all our quizzes, and if you want to play for money, you get the 7 first day totally for free. And if you win any money during that period, of course it's your money. And now I hope everyone was like, yeah, I'm gonna win that money, and I have sent all my answers in the chat because we're heading into the next question. What movie did we think about here? And to be honest with you, there's so many movies, actually, when I think about it, that this could be about. And I think, personally, for titles on top of my head, again, it comes into play how you argue for it. Because I have an answer on my side of the screen. But I also know if like you have a good argument to say, hey, I think it was this movie and this is why, and I'm like, yeah, I can definitely see that. Again, prizes are heading your ways, points are heading your ways. Let's make an impact, because this is Blizz Quiz with a twist, where you are actually allowed to argue for your answer. And the reason we're doing it this way is because, well, knowledge, sometimes you have it, sometimes you don't, but sometimes you can actually argue for it, because we believe more important to have fun with us when we're alive, and then we can be pretty like boring and strict with you other times, but now we're alive. So go straight into the next question and see if you can solve it with me. Which movie are we thinking about here? And again, this one was pretty funny when we made it, because some in this office wasn't able to pick it out at all. Some was like instantly, others was like, I have no clue what we're doing right now. And this was in our mind make the quiz a little bit more engaging, that we can go in there, and again, not all pictures we are showing is direct scenes from the movies, but they're very obviously a heavy association with them. I'm putting it out in the chat. I'm just gonna remind you that if you put a good argument or just a good chain of thoughts down for us to chat, we do love to put out some extra prizes. And we are heading into the next question, so tag along. Which movie are we thinking about here? And while we are at it, the thing is that with a lot of movies and a lot of art in general, we come down to the core point of interpretation. And we do love to interpretate here, but don't stretch it too far. Like, there's limits. We have to say we're within the ballpark of understanding reason and reasoning, and on top of it, having the actual answer do also gain points. So, but if you argue for the real answer in a really good way, well, double points, who knows? And I'm just gonna put it out already now, because the boss doesn't know I'm telling you this, but we are looking into start to producing merchandise to hand out. I was talking about a really cool sweater, hoodie. He's more maybe in the realm of cops stuff, but if you have feedback of what merch that would be really cool to play for, put it in the chat, and if we like use your ID, there might be prizes heading your way. So fill up the chat with your suggestions while we go into the next question. Are you guys ready? Here again, thinking about this is let's call it an IP, a franchise. Which franchise is this? Put it down, and actually, how many IPs input or like different products of this IP do you actually know? Maybe not some extra points for answering that, but put it into the chat. Put it into the chat with your suggestion for other things, like who we should host on this show, who we should look into as a topic, or in general what we can do to make this better. And that is cooking, but we are heading into the next question. If things go a little bit fast, or like you felt you didn't have enough time, no worries, you will be able to look at this and repeat later, so you can go through and take your time. But we are heading into the next question now. Follow along. This one is by design made difficult. It is, however, a movie with Tom Cruise in it. Which movie were we thinking of? And what does Tom Cruise have to do with that? Again, just to spice it up a little bit, it's not a clip from the movie itself, but which movie did we think about? This is how it's gonna be a little bit here. It's like gonna be challenging, but it's also gonna be fun. So you can and have the ability to both argue your case if you think we should have thought about something else, and more importantly, you can show a good reasoning, 4 points, which makes the correct answer, of course, worthy points, but also the process behind it. And we do believe that will make for a fun quiz. The thing is, we are at the end of the road, but I've told you so many times today, go on the link and click it, because you see you have the possibility to win every day cash prizes, and at the end of the week there's even a high score, a top score that also get money on top of it, which means every week you have 8 chances of running away with a chunk of money totally for free the first 7 days. So go on the link, download it, and tell us what you love the most with our quiz today. There might also be some extra prizes for the best feedback. And on top of it, after this, you will see a small video, and there will be a question about it in the next quiz. As always, thank you so much. I'm Andreas, I'm your host for Blizz Quiz with a twist, and see you in the next one.
Tired of boring apps? What if you could win real cash just by playing quizzes? Start with a 7-day free trial. No risks, just play and win. Welcome to Blizz Quiz, the daily quiz game where your brain earns you bucks. Compete daily, climb the leaderboard, and join the top 5 winners every day. Crush the weekly challenge and unlock exclusive trophies and cash prizes. Invite friends, build your referral tree, and earn 10% of your friends and also their friends' subscriptions. And on top of that, if your invited friend wins $300, you earn $150. Now that's smart money. Practice anytime with unlimited free quizzes. No pressure, just progress. Feeling competitive? Jump into challenge mode and go head-to-head in real time. It's just $5 a week, but your first week is 100% free. And yes, you can withdraw your money anytime, directly to your wallet. Join thousands already playing. Tap below and start winning with Blizz today.